I hope you didn't get seasick. Boy, I got a little seasick. And since I'm going to be eating, so don't make any cracks about me stuttering or anything, which I don't. So if I do for stutters, making me think I do when I don't, what a terrible, terrible person I do. Back up. Back up, for God's sake, back up. You just lost 35 to 40%. You already lost 80%. We're now negative 20% viewership. There's no people watching. Why should they? Get the hat off. Is that any better? We're not so sure. Okay, she has hair. That's a good thing. It's old hair. It's not even brushed hair. What the fuck? Let me just do my thing, please. We might not even let you on stage. Where's the hook? No, don't give me the hook. The hook hurts. I've had the hook before. Please, don't do that. I'm going to proceed. This is make me nervous. Get my hand in front of my head. My dog's the only one giving me support. Butterscotch. Butterscotch, that's what it is. You guys got me so nervous I don't remember what I'm hacking here. It's butterscotch container. In terrible light, I'm going to give you some more light here. You can almost see the butterscotch flavor. See that? Use your imagination. That's what we humans have imaginations for. Let's get past this, okay? It's butterscotch. Accept it. So you have to learn how to hold up the tab. I don't know if I'm strong enough. I'm going to rip this thing. It's going to go all over me. I'm going to... there we go. All right. So you can see it's good creaminess. It's better than I fall off my computer. It's the only damn computer I have. I'm going to take this whole top off because I'm hungry. See, there it is. We'll come back to that later. I'm going to lick the top. You don't let that go to waste, do you? Good. Hey, it's like 3:30 in the morning to me. No, it's 4 fucking 30. I didn't say that. It wasn't me. It's my alter ego. I've had one of those. They tell me it's a pod person. I wish we had better contrast. Film noir with just a little bit of color, some touch. Just a tinge, not too much, just the right amount. So we could try in our butterscotch to mix Munchie's brand cheddar cheese. Yeah, Cheetos. Okay, so it's a Cheetos product. So you know I'm not making a dime. I'm using my teeth. You gotta let me use my teeth here. It's just a little bit of plastic. I'm not gonna lose my teeth on that. Yeah, it's not feminine. Fuck it. I don't need to dress up like a Barbie doll anymore. That is it. I really don't think I want to have this taste in my mouth if I'm going to be eating butterscotch. Would you? This is like a last resort. We could dip this in. It's probably the easiest way to use it. We'll come back to that because we have to experiment first with cherry TWIZZLES. Now we could try a whole stick. I'm going to put the computer back a little bit. I really wouldn't rather. It's only 6 months old. I go through so many of these, and it's not because of this. It's just wearing. I've never done pudding or anything like that in a computer yet. Keyword. So here we go. Dumping it in, swirling it around like a good scientific test should be. Then we can either suck it like this, which was quite satisfying actually. It gets a good glump on it, doesn't it? Very glumpy stuff. And I even pulled a very slight residual taste of the cherry a little bit more in the second round because I think it got moistened on the first. So now we can add an experiment to this. We now know it will scoop up a satisfactory bite. Cherry flavor only as I really pulled it off. It was a bit forced. I wasn't focusing on the flavor of the butterscotch, so I didn't really enjoy the butterscotch. Juggling too many things, too many notes. Like butterscotch flavor. Nice clump, good clump of it. GLUMP. Oh, what else are fingers for, really? Before we started with knives and forks like Edward Scissorhands, we were born with them, the knives and forks and scissors. Alright, so that's good experiment. I'm going to eat this. I was going to scoop them together, but one seemed to be sufficient. Now, I don't plan to eat the cheese cracker. I still have some residual cherry broken up on my right side of my cheek like a good squirrel. Good learning lesson. So I'm sticking this in because I think we can get a real big shit on the not the keyboard. I would never let it get close to the keyboard. To take that off easily. See? Now it's gonna fall on the keyboard. Take one hair off of it. And we get a sloppy bite. Remove the keyboard again. I'm concerned about any that might have gotten caught between the lip of the keyboard that you press down. I don't have any cute factor to help me anymore. I can't even call a man over. Say, hey, honey, can you fix this for me? I screwed up. Again, honey? You fiddling with those electronics again? I told you, women don't know anything about math. That was silly of me, but I've been silly all night. Hey, I'd like to tell you I planned this from the beginning, but I didn't. But it's a good experiment to see what your error ratio goes up. Easiest and safest way to do this. Just end the project, which I'm not going to do because I never told you I wasn't stupid. I've repeated that several times, so I must go on to prove it to you. It was all for my audience. It was your fault that it got spilled. I now blame it on you because I was doing this for you, not for me. If it was for me, I'd pull it back towards me so it would have spilled on me and not the computer. A light bite. Maybe I'm picking up a few grains of salt. Very minor. Probably should be more salt on there. That might just be my imagination. So I'm getting another big bite. Look at that. Nice. I only took a half a slurp off that. I get 2 slurps. And the cracker's still holding together. I'm not going to get the big cheese flavor because that's between the crackers. There will be no more experiments. This is the way to do it, guys. It's like made for each other. Nicely done. It surprised me. Let's rate it. Before I tell you my rating, see, I have pretty good reflexes still. That's good enough for me. Look at that. That landed right in there. I'm not surprised it landed there. Am I jumping up and down for joy? I just showed it to you. I was an athlete, remember, at the amusement parks, and you have to get a right trajectory to land something where others pop out. I'm good at that. I still have good hand-eye coordination for that, not with a lot of weight. I also still have great reflexes. I'm burping. The rest is shot. I can't even jump off the ground. I used to be a high jumper. I just didn't want it as a first taste. It's fine at this point after it. I actually like it. This whole hack worked. Not so much. Let's rate both. Let's say that being functional rates you at least a 3. We can adjust these ratings another time. You get 3 points just being functional. And because this is both functional and did glob, G-L-O-B, more than I anticipated, I'm going to give it another 2 points and give this a 5. And you can rate it however you want and come up with rating suggestions. Maybe we'll make this a weekly thing or a monthly thing. It was kind of fun for me. So I'd like you to rate what you think the total and best hack was with these crackers. The total rating all the way down to my enjoying eating them right now. Go ahead. You're supposed to participate now and read the comment, or else there's no point to being a participatory show. I'm not bossing you around. I'm manipulating you. That's all. It's not for a negative purpose. It has a negative connotation. Psychiatrists and psychologists manipulate. We all manipulate. We talk to each other, each a little bit differently, so we can communicate better with each other. If there was a word that has a positive connotation for the positive things that manipulation does, let me know. I haven't found one. That's an issue. It's a problem. We haven't made a word for that. It's unfair to manipulation. But it doesn't mean that manipulation can't be for a good purpose. That's all I'm saying. Whether a psychologist is helping you getting over your cigarette habits. I gave the cherry TWIZZLES, just to wrap up, 3 points automatically for actually working to be able to pick up the product, which in this case was butterscotch pudding pre-made that you get in the convenience stores. It did a good job and it took it in a good glop. And if it's not a word, we've made a word. And for the fact that it picked up a good amount of that glop, it gets those 2 extra points, making it 5 points. That's its total to me. You can tell me whether you think it should be more the same or better, or even the same but for different reasons. And then we're now moving on to the winner, I believe, which was the cracker. And this is what the cracker looks like before I ate it. It's a reincarnated cracker. They make them by the millions and they're delicious. Now I'm going to talk with cracker in my mouth. It's another experiment. Not me. I'm not the one. Someone else can do it. Just give me mention. Say, Leslie, who never admitted not being an idiot, suggested that you do this and destroy your computer in hopes to get it to go viral. To convince others to do things that destroy their equipment. I wonder if they could end up arresting me for that. They shouldn't. It's not my fault that people would be stupid and listen to me. To a not smart person. A self-declared not smart person. That's not a smart thing to do for the other person. Not me. I'm fine. I'm eating a cracker. I'm happy. Happy doing what I'm doing. Putting on my hat to get ready for bed. Lowering the light. Plugs in. You don't have to see me do this. I'm actually happier that you're not. Because I have to cut my ears open. Let all the blood drain out. Because I don't like to have blood in my system when I put my ears on my blood. I put it back in the morning for my casket. I have to crawl into. That's why I stay up so late. It's the sunlight stuff. So try to sleep through it. You know how it is, right? When you live 500 years, you have to make special compensations. I haven't decided whether I want type A, type O tomorrow. I think that's on my list. I can have one of those. 6 ounces of each would do it. I have to decide who to get it from first. I'm not sure. I tried my dog. He's the wrong type. Just because he's a mammal doesn't mean it's the right blood type. I've tried some of those great apes. Some work better than others, but I get a little headache from it. And start climbing trees. It used to be very disconcerting for my children because I used to wait up in trees for them when they come home on the bus. I got embarrassed for some reason. I thought they'd be happy that they'd have a parent who's still fit enough to go climbing up in trees to wait for them, to have fun with their kids, to do something like that, to embarrass them specifically. Isn't that what parents do? and build a bond up with the kids that they can reflect upon and laugh. I made you any promises, I just beget you. It's not up to me for you to fulfill my unlived life's dreams. You get to live your own. You could choose to be smart. I speak a lot, ergo I must be a fool. So I must be stupid. I accept that. I take the minstrel part of the clown if I have to and eat crow. And choose battles wisely, as is for a proper bard and minstrel and troubadour. Gathering news about the land and passing it on in stories and prose and poetry and song, as a proper bard should do, even a bardette like me, dubbed by my mother the bardette, because she thought I wrote such beautiful poetry like William Shakespeare, the bard, the true bard, and being a mother who loved her daughter, her offspring, her progeny, by any other name, would have been as sweet to her. Just are the advocates and observers and cop watchers and free press and auditors and what I like to call compliance auditors. Just comply, officer, with the law. And this all stemmed from a video about scooping butterscotch out of a container with either cherry TWIZZLES or a cheese cracker to see which worked best. An easy 8.75. I had to leave room because I'm not sure what you could do better except for a spoon. Or my dog's tongue can't beat that, not for that particular product. I'm going to bed. Earplugs are in. Good night, everyone.